Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are in grapevine mode. Dear Zimbabweans, wherever you are, we hope you are well, or at least pretending to be. Because today's commentary is a whirlwind of whispers, a gulf-scented storm of rumors, and a tale best filed under unconfirmed but too juicy to ignore. Let's address the 9-iron in the room, the so-called golf tournament which was featuring His Excellency President Emerson Mnangagwa Mnangagwa and the ever-elusive tycoon Kudakwashe Tagwirei. According to the latest grapevine dispatches, this golf game may have been less about charity and more about damage control, a conveniently timed PR stunt to mop up the political mess allegedly caused by Chris Mutsvangwa's now infamous ZANU-PF press conference. At this conference, Mutsvangwa obliterated Tagwirei's Central Committee dreams like a sand wedge to a porcelain teacup. Now, word on the spiritual streets and back channels is that Tagwirei was humiliated. Not just politically, but spiritually too. Church WhatsApp groups, especially within the SDA circles, are said to have been on fire with commentary about his uninvited exit from the Central Committee meeting, an event he had allegedly hyped up as his grand co-option into ZANU-PF's high temple of decision-making. So, to save face and maybe his standing, Tagwirei reportedly organized the golf event, and during this very tournament, he was seen clumsily leaning on the president's shoulders like a man in search of comfort or perhaps an endorsement. Pure coincidence? Maybe. But the timing. And then the gossip takes a sharper swing. It's rumored, yes, whispered, gossiped and passed along back-channel telegram chats that while attending the tournament, Tagwirei phoned a prominent prophet, reassuring him that celebrations for his Central Committee appointment were still very much on the cards. Apparently, he insisted the prophet shouldn't cancel the big ball planned in his honor, because in this rumored reality, delusion is a strategy and prophecy is a marketing tool. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time for your opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think these rumored ambitions of a Mutapa dynasty are real or just political fan fiction? Drop a comment below, type dynasty if you believe it's happening, or dreaming if it's all smoke and mirrors. And while you are at it, like, share and subscribe to Zimwaves TV so we keep unearthing the buried whispers. The following are some of the interesting comments from our previous episodes.
Matoke kupetisira timishuma endai munoita kamuna matoke kupetisira birika povari kukudana kamuna matoke kupetisira taneta isu vana veZimbabwe torerwa upfumi nezvikanada hatichadi isu vana venyika kuparadza nhaka yevana vedu. Tatienda unoita kamuna matoke kupedzisira chikananda endai munoita kamuna matoke kupedzisira parakashi endai munoita kamuna matoke kupedzisira bageza vane siginaro kamuna matoke kupedzisira taneta isu vana veZimbabwe torerwa upfumi nezvikananda hatichadi isu vana venyika kuparadza nhaka yevana vedu. nakatati yenda undoita kamuna matoke kupefisira.
Back to the grapevine. Apparently, after the Mutsvangwa press conference, Tagwirei, First Lady Auxilia Mnangagwa, Daniel Garwe, and Emerson Jr. allegedly confronted ED for not shielding the businessman from intra-party fire. According to hushed voices behind closed doors, Auxilia is said to have reminded ED that all of Tagwirei's political gymnastics, including his supposed aim to be the vice president, were done in service of the Mnangagwa family empire. Allegedly, she warned that a Chiwenga presidency could spell the end of their golden era. And here is where the whispers get cinematic. It is rumored that Tagwirei told ED he had no presidential ambitions until he realized that a Chiwenga-led future might be a courtroom for the Mnangagwa family and their close associates. The whispers claim Tagwirei proposed the idea of a Munumutapa empire, a sort of eternal presidency where ED would remain supreme leader, even posthumously, like a political ancestor watching over his dynastic offspring. As per this alleged plan, Tagwirei becomes president. Auxilia Mnangagwa becomes automatic vice president. Sean Mnangagwa takes command of the defense forces. And after Tagwirei's one-term caretaker presidency, the Mnangagwa bloodline reigns. Whether this is a strategy or a straight-up palace gossip, the timing of the 2030 campaign reboot seems to align. Sources say Tagwirei and Garwe are pushing the Vision 2030 agenda again. Not for national development, but allegedly to provoke Chiwenga, hoping he reacts, gets labeled insubordinate, and is removed. Even Muda, yes, the dreaded fixer, is rumored to have been activated, according to whispers that have made it all the way to some diplomatic ears. Muda has reportedly said the president wants blood spilled before the October ZANU PF conference. Allegedly, and always allegedly. Which brings us to this chilling footnote. General Chiwenga, Rugeje, and Sanyatwe are said to be on high alert, and in Zimbabwean politics that usually means sleeping with one eye open and the other watching State House. Now here's the kicker. All of this, every shadowy move, whispered plan, and speculative plot twist allegedly has ED's full blessings. The rumor mill insists nothing Tagwirei does is unsanctioned. Not the golf, not the phone calls to prophets, not the dynasty talk, and certainly not the 2030 resurrection. Probably even the disrespect. And if these whispers are to be believed, ED is willing to gamble with blood, legacy, and the nation itself to ensure that Tagwirei sits on the throne, only to warm it up for his descendants. Ladies and gentlemen, we keep an eye on Tagwirei. And another story is brewing of how Tagwirei is allegedly looting treasury via the Arundel Hospital, and there are plans for him to buy Dynamo's football club as a youth bait strategy for his rumored political campaign. Plus, alleged payoffs to influencers to sing his gospel across the digital landscape. Until then, remember, in Zimbabwe, politics is never just what's on the surface. It's also what's being said in the shadows. Stay alert, stay loud, and above all, stay tuned to Zimwaves TV.
Atichadi subana venika kuparatsa nakaye vana vedu.